next week, we actually have that on a gantry tower system that will lower that section down to the ground, and we'll disassemble it down on the ground. Over Labor Day weekend, we moved about 7,000 tons of steel. The original section, as I said, is 3,200 tons, and the new piece that we put in is about 3,600 tons, and it was landed within a ½ inch of its tolerance.
What was the length that you guys replaced with film?
The length of the whole thing?
One of the links that the emergency repair?
Oh, the I-bar.
We don't talk about the I-bar anymore. No, well, what happened was when we closed the bridge, it's a great time to do the biannual inspection, so we don't have to deal with traffic. We can be much more efficient. And when we did this inspection, we found a 6-inch long crack in the I-bar. That's basically in the second tower over there, the diagonal. You got to squint at this location to see it. So what we had to do, that is a tension member of the bridge. You cannot put traffic back on the structure with a significant crack like that. So we had to find a repair that would work, that would basically take the load off of that I-bar. It hadn't cracked all the way through, so it still had some load on it. So what our engineering team did is they immediately brought a new contract on board with the same contractors that were already working out here. Everybody else was enjoying barbecues at that point in time, so you couldn't really get people to pick up the phone. So they came on board. We looked at some of the fabricators that provided the steel here, Stinger Welding in Arizona. We were able to get them back into the shop and work overnight. But at the design point, we literally had to say, what do you guys got on your shelves? You know, so we can know what we're designing. We're not going to design something that you don't have sitting there right now. So they let us know what their stock was. Our designers went right to work. You know, half of the design was done on lane number 5. It's gone now from tire tracks. The rest of it was done on just notebooks and paper, the old-fashioned way, the way this bridge was built. And then Stinger was able to fly that stuff, fabricate it overnight, fly it directly to Oakland Executive Airport, closest one to us, and then we got a CHP detail to bring it in so that there was absolutely no delay, and we started erecting the stuff. We let the public know that there was a chance we'd have trouble putting it in. We did have trouble putting it in because it's a field fit, and the I-bars right next to it were so tight that we couldn't get one of the tension rods in exactly the way it needed to be. So we needed a spacer fabricated, and there wasn't enough time to get that from Arizona before we had to open the bridge back up. So this is a story that the media never told. We basically, at that point, had to tell the public that we couldn't open the bridge because there's really no way that we could think we could get it done overnight again. So we put our contingency plan in place, got Bart on board, all the transit, and let people know that we were pushing it out one day. And then we called our SAS fabricator, who happened to be hanging out. And we said, hey, we need to build a basic, 3-foot by 3-foot spacer. We sent them, they sent them the drawings. Can you look around and see what steel you got in the shop? And they cannibalized a couple of saddles that they had hanging there, and then they were able to overnight, with our engineers not sleeping, they did the inspection as they built the thing, fabricated it right there in the shop. We had all of their iron workers already redeployed on other parts of the bridge because everybody was getting tired at that point. And so their project managers who had welding experience put their gloves back on and cut it in the middle of the night. And so they fabricated the thing themselves, and these are guys that have been doing spreadsheets, for the last 5 years. They haven't had the torch in their head in a while.
So are they any good at it?
Well, they met the tolerance. They had to do it. They had to do it with a designer sitting right over their shoulder, right?
No inclusion, no that crap.
And so, but that's how we were able to do it overnight. Is we had the inspection team sit there in the fab shop, and so every step of the way the testing was done. But even at that point, you still have to tension the members out in the field. It has to fit first. Then you have to tension the members, and when you're tensioning anything, you've got possibility for damage. So we couldn't at any point tell the public we were going to make it. It was starting to look better, but we had to get through those tests as well. So that's when finally we got some luck, and everything went perfect from that point in time. We were able to get the spacer in, the tensioning worked, all of the inspection had been done concurrently. The designers sat with it through the entire thing, and that's why we were able to open, only an hour and 30 minutes late.
So those those piers right there,